Yes, we are live now. Good evening, everyone. My name is Harshit Kumar. In this video, today we are going to deal with Macbeth. Now, Macbeth as a whole is a tragedy play written by William Shakespeare. Now, the part which we are going to deal with is a chapter named Macbeth in New Gems English Reader for Standard 8th. The students who follow New Gems English Reader Standard 8th will come across this chapter, Macbeth. Before we even start the chapter, let me give you a background of what happened. Otherwise, this chapter, the Macbeth chapter or scene discussed in the New Gems English Reader, will not be able to be understood by students. So here we go. Now, in Scotland, there was a king named King Duncan. He had many governors named Thanes, Thane, Thane, who ruled or governed over smaller states, right? So England at that time and Scotland at that time was experiencing many wars, namely the 100 Years' Wars. And Macbeth was one of the warriors, one of the Thanes under King Duncan. Now, Macbeth had just returned from a battle and he had shown much bravery. He had a friend named Banquo who was also a thane of another state in Scotland. So both of them were returning and they see three witches. Now these three witches address Macbeth and Banquo and say three prophecies. Now remember that Macbeth had and Banquo had returned from a battlefield. So they have shown great bravery and they have attained much power. Now, with power and the bravery shown, the king is supposed to reward them, but they do not know the news, what's going on, whether the king knows things or not. So while they are returning from the battlefield, they see the three witches, and these three witches tell a prophecy about Macbeth and about Banquo. The prophecies or the predictions, in Hindi you call it Bhavishyavani, the prophecies which the three witches do for Macbeth is that he will become the Thane of Glamis. That's a state in Scotland. Glamis. He will become the Thane of Glamis. So there was nothing news in it. He had become the Thane of Glamis. That's the first prediction. Second prediction was that he will become the Thane of Cawdor. Cawdor, which was another state in Scotland. Now this was a news for Macbeth. He did not know what's going to happen in future. But when the witches say that you will become the Thane of Cawdor, 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 the both of them get surprised. Banquo as well as Macbeth get surprised. Okay. And the third prediction, the most surprising one for Macbeth, was that he will become king of Scotland. Now, this was not possible. This was impossible according to the normal logic. So, they started laughing at the witches and they started questioning the witches. Banquo and Macbeth started questioning the witches. Witches, W-I-T-C-H-E-S, witches. So Banquo said, "You are just telling so much about Macbeth. Would you not tell something about me?" So the witches started prophesizing or predicting the future for Banquo as well. They said that Banquo will be lesser than Macbeth, but he will be greater than Macbeth. Now this was confusing. The second prediction for Banquo, which the witches made, was that he will not become king, but his sons will become kings. This was a news as well. Now, a king's sons and daughters, sons become kings, right? Or maybe son-in-laws become kings. But King Duncan had two sons. So this was another confusing prediction made by the witches about Banquo. They said that Banquo will not become king, but his sons will be kings. And after that, even when Banquo and Macbeth they tried to ask many questions, the witches vanished. Now, I'm saying this, you may again replay the video and rewind it to catch the glimpse. Yesterday, I had shared one video on Delta Step to give you a short introduction about Macbeth. Right, you may use that as well to know the complete story. Now, Macbeth was a bit curious. How would that be possible? Right? And Banco forgot about things. He did not think that it was much important. It was of much importance. So they moved on. Later on, the first prediction came true that he had become the Thane of Glamis. That was already true. He knew that he had become the Thane of Glamis after winning Glamis from his opponents or from the enemies of the king. Second prediction also came true when the king made Macbeth the Thane of Cawdor, Cawdor, Cawdor. Now, this started or initiated a questioning possibility in the mind of Macbeth. He started thinking that two of the predictions of the witches had come true. What will happen of the third one? Will he become king? Then he started thinking to become king, he will have to kill the present king. Now, this is what happens later on. Let me tell you in detail, a short detail. He writes, Macbeth writes to his wife, Lady Macbeth, about the witches and the predictions. Now, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth both start to think about the possibilities and they both start to plot to kill King Duncan. Macbeth was not in the favor of killing King Duncan, but Lady Macbeth, who was a very strong lady, who was a very ambitious lady, she wanted to make her husband the king. So that is why she plotted against the king, and they both killed the king when the king had come as a guest to celebrate the victories of Macbeth. Now, Macbeth, who did not want to kill King Duncan at first, was hesitant and he started hallucinating, and finally he killed King Duncan. But he was so afraid in killing that he brought back the dagger with which he had killed King Duncan. Actually, the plan was to place the dagger in the hand of the guards whose drink had already been mixed with some medicine that would go make them sleep. This had already been done by Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth had already mixed some drink medicine in the drink so that the guards guarding the room of King Duncan, they fell asleep very soon, sound asleep. So that was the plan. They had to keep the dagger in the hands of the guard. But this was not possible. This was not possible because Macbeth was afraid and did not want to go back to the room where he had killed King Duncan. So Lady Macbeth dares to take the dagger and keep it in the hands of the guards. She also took some blood, the spilled blood from the room, and she smeared the blood on the hands and the face of the guards that were sleeping and that were unconscious. In the morning, when the murder was discovered, Macbeth killed the guards immediately on making a scene that they had killed King Duncan and he had taken revenge. Now, what happened to the sons of King Duncan? They fled. They ran away, thinking that it was the place where King Duncan, their father, had been killed, and now it was their turn to die. So they ran away. The suspicion of the murder fell on the guards who were killed, and since they were guards, they were not very important person. The ultimate suspicion fell on the sons of the kings, so which who had run away. One of the sons of King Duncan went to England to his friend to ask for help. The other one ran to Ireland, Ireland, Ireland. Now, in absence of the king who was dead, and in the absence of the heir who had been accused of killing the king, they had run away. So who would be the next king? Of course, Macbeth. He was the most powerful, most brave. So Macbeth became the new king. Now, Banquo. Let's come back to Banquo, who had heard the prophecies, of the witches. He knew, he had suspicions of what was going on. He had a strong suspicion. He suspected that it was Macbeth who had killed King Duncan. Macbeth did not want any loose ends. Macbeth did not want this secret of his to be revealed at any cost. So he got Banquo murdered secretly. But while Banquo was being murdered by the assassins, by the murderers, the criminals, Banquo's son fled away. So remember, the witches had predicted that Banquo's sons would be kings. Right. So Banquo's son ran away. Banquo had already died. Now Macbeth started feeling guilty about the things which he had done. In the party, in the banquet held that night, Macbeth started seeing ghosts of Banquo. Maybe he was guilty. He was repenting over the murder of King Duncan and Banquo. At that time, Lady Macbeth decided to try to calm him down. So she said that Macbeth had become tired and he needs to sleep, he needs to rest. So the party was over, the banquet was over. Banquet means a dinner party, a big dinner party is called banquet. Banquet, banquet. The spelling of Banquo, Banquo, Banquo. And the spelling of Macbeth is Macbeth, Macbeth. Now, let's return back to the story. Um, Gradually, Macbeth started killing other people who stood in opposition to him, whereas Lady Macbeth, she started repenting on the crime or the sins which she had done. Remember, it was Macbeth who had killed King Duncan and got Banquo killed, but it was Lady Macbeth who forced Macbeth to kill King Duncan. So Lady Macbeth, who had been a strong lady, an ambitious lady, wanting power, wanting to see her husband as the king, now started repenting. She became weak in mind. She started suffering from sleepwalking. She started murmuring things. She started blabbering things in her sleep. So that was the condition, that was the change in condition of Lady Macbeth, which happened after the murder of King Duncan and Banquo. Moreover, remember, she had spent a lot of time smearing the blood on the hands of the guards and keep placing the dagger in the hands of the guards. So she used to imagine blood on her hands, and which she kept on washing all the time. She imagined that there was blood on her hand all the time, and she used to clean her hands, wash her hands repeatedly. But the stains, the imaginary stains in her on her hand, never used to go. So this chapter, the Macbeth chapter in New Gems English Reader, is about the episode when the doctor has come to see Lady Macbeth, to observe Lady Macbeth. Now she has been called. The doctor has been called. The old doctor has been called by the gentlewoman. Now, who is a gentlewoman? A gentlewoman, not a gentlewoman who is gentle. A gentlewoman was a post for the queen's attendant, queen's helper, right? So every queen had many attendants. The gentlewoman was the closest to the queen. That's why she was called gentlewoman with a capital G. Gentlewoman. Okay. So in this chapter, we are going to deal with it. Everyone, I would request you to take out the chapter on page number 107 of New Gems English Reader, Standard 8. If you want the introduction again, you may rewind the video and watch. Let's move forward. Okay. So here we will, I will do a reading, as well as at times I will explain things. Okay. Clear? Macbeth. Before you read. The play Macbeth is a tragedy written by William Shakespeare. It tells the story of Macbeth, a great thane or lord in the court of Duncan, the King of Scotland, lured by the prophecies of three witches who claim that he will become king one day, and driven by the ambition of his evil wife. Macbeth kills the good and kind King Duncan. He also kills Banquo, another powerful Thane of Scotland, and the family of Thane of Fife, in order to remove all hurdles to the coveted crown of Scotland. Now, what is the meaning of coveted? Coveted, C-O-V-E-T-E-D. Coveted means wanted, desired, desirable. Okay, that you want. That's coveted. However, guilt does not let Macbeth and his wife rest in peace. Guilt means repentance. Feeling sorry for your own deeds is called guilt. However, guilt does not let Macbeth and his wife rest in peace. In the following scene, Lady Macbeth, tormented by her conscience, walks in her sleep at night, rubbing her hands and talking to herself. Characters of the scene: Doctor, a doctor of physique; gentlewoman, the lady in waiting, the lady, attendant lady; Lady Macbeth, wife of King Macbeth. Scene 1. The scene is set in a castle. At the left of the stage is an open doorway. Thick curtains are hung on a window near the doorway. In front of the window is a table with some flowers. At the right of the stage, there are a few chairs around a table. A doctor enters the stage with a notepad. A woman is standing in the middle of the stage. She keeps looking over her shoulder towards the open doorway. Now, this scene happens in the castle of King Macbeth, or the chambers of Lady Macbeth. The gentlewoman, the attendant woman of the queen, has called the doctor to try and understand what's going on with Lady Macbeth. Okay, the setting has been shown here. There is a doorway. There are curtains hung. So it's going to give you a picture of a castle or a room. Okay, picture of a palace or a room. Doctor, doctor says, doctor, I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked? Now, Lady Macbeth was suffering from sleepwalking. So The gentlewoman has called doctor, and doctor has observed Lady Macbeth for last 2 nights, but he could not see her sleepwalking. So he asks the gentlewoman when was the last time Lady Macbeth had walked. The gentlewoman says, "Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep." So, Lady Macbeth opened the closet while she was sleeping, while she was sleepwalking. She opened the closet, the almirah, the cupboard. She took out some paper, wrote on it, sealed the paper, and then went back to sleep. All this is done while she is sleepwalking. Now, sleepwalking is not normal walking. The person is supposed to be in sleep, in the sleep, and then he or she walks. Now, this may be caused due to psychological disorder or some other causes. Lady Macbeth was suffering from repentance or guilt due to her sins. That's why she was suffering from it, and that's why she was sleepwalking. Okay, let's move on. Doctor, a great perturbation in nature to receive at once benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say? A great perturbation in nature. Perturbation means disturbance in nature. The doctor says that there are many disturbances in nature. The weather is not peaceful. To receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. See, the doctor tries to reason out that maybe Lady Macbeth is not able to sleep because the weather is not peaceful and calm. There is rain, there is thunderstorm and other things, and that's why she is not able to sleep. That's what the doctor tries to reason out. In this slumbery agitation, slumbery means related to sleep or slumber. Slumber means sleep. So the doctor says that in this slumbery agitation, in this sleep disorder, besides her walking, apart from her walking and other actual performances, the other activities, what has the gentlewoman heard of? He asks the gentlewoman, what has she heard of? What has the gentlewoman heard of Lady Macbeth speak while she was sleepwalking? He also tries to say that maybe she is unable to sleep due to the disturbances in the atmosphere, disturbances in the weather. Gentlewoman, that, sir, which I will not report after her. The gentlewoman says, I cannot tell that to you without the lady's permission. Without Lady Macbeth's permission, she cannot tell what Lady Macbeth was speaking in her sleep to the doctor. She cannot reveal the secret. So it was a very grave secret. You know what's the secret, right? Doctor, you may to me, and 'tis most meet you should. The doctor says that you should tell that to me. You should tell that to me because I'm a doctor. And he's not going to tell the secret to anyone. Gentlewoman, neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Enter Lady Macbeth with a taper. With a taper. Taper is a candle. Taper means candle. So the gentlewoman, the attending woman says that she will not tell this to anyone, including the doctor or anyone else. Why? Because she does not have any proof of what she has heard from Lady Macbeth. Now remember, Lady Macbeth is a lady. She is the king. Sorry, she is the queen. If the gentlewoman tries to spread information which will be against the king or the queen, she might get executed. Pish pish. So she doesn't want that. Moreover, she does not have any proof. So that's why she does not want to tell it to anyone. Neither to you nor to anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Enter Lady Macbeth with a taper. Now, Lady Macbeth is sleepwalking now with a taper. Taper means candle. Wax candle. Of course, candles are made of wax. Lo yo, here she comes. Lo yo means here, look, she comes. Lo yo, here she comes. This is her very guise. This is her very appearance. Guise means appearance. Guise, guise. Guise means appearance. So this is her very guise. This particular appearance is what we see when she is sleepwalking. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close. Hide, hide. Don't stand close means don't go near her. Hide and listen. Doctor, how came she by that light? Doctor asks, how did Lady Macbeth get to that candle? How did she get by that candle, that light? Gentlewoman, why it stood by her. It was near her. He says, why it stood by her. Why are you asking this question? It's a very obvious question. It's a very obvious fact that there will be candle in the room near the queen. Why it stood by her. She has light by her continuously. Now you will notice that this language is Elizabethan or Shakespearean language, Old English, Archaic English, Archaic, Archaic English or Old English. So you will find words like die, die, continually, thou, thoust, sleepst, harkst, etc. Harkst means listen, sleeps means sleeps. Okay. So why it stood by her? She has light by her continuously. 'Tis her command. So Lady Macbeth herself has instructed everyone, including the gentlewoman, that there should be a candle near her at all times. It's by her command. Doctor, you see her eyes are open. Doctor says that, you see, her eyes are open. Gentlewoman, I, but the sense is shut. So gentlewoman says, yes, the eyes are open. I means yes. Again, another old word, archaic English word. I means yes. They are open. Yes, they are open. But the sense is shut. She's not seeing anything. But their sense is shut. The sense is closed. Doctor, what is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands. So I told you that Lady Macbeth kept washing her hands all the time, right? To wash off the imaginary blood stains. So doctor also sees that Lady Macbeth is washing her hands, rubbing her hands. So he asks the gentlewoman, what is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands. Gentlewoman, it is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her continue it this a quarter of an hour. So the gentlewoman says that it is an accustomed action with her. Accustomed means usual. Usual. Accustomed. 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 The gentlewoman says that her rubbing her hands continuously is a very usual action of Lady Macbeth. To seem thus washing her hands, it seems that she washes her hands continuously in her mind. I have known her continue in this for a quarter of an hour. Now, what is quarter of an hour? 15 minutes, right? One fourth of an hour. So she says, the gentlewoman says that she has seen Lady Macbeth wash her hands for continuously 1 hour. Lady Macbeth. Now, Lady Macbeth starts sleeping in her, starts speaking in her sleepwalking episode. Sleepwalking episode. She walks, right? Every time she walks, she says something. So this is what she says. Lady Macbeth says to herself, she's not telling it to anyone. Maybe she is imagining that she is talking to Macbeth. Lady Macbeth says, yet here's a spot. Yet here's a spot. I have watched it so far. Yet still there's a spot. There is a mark of what? Blood stain. Right? Doctor, hark, she speaks. Hark means listen. The doctor says, hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes for her from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly. Okay, sorry, I'll read this again. The doctor says, hark, she speaks. Listen, she's speaking. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly. The doctor says that he will set down, he will write down whatever Lady Macbeth says so that he can remember whatever the speech of Lady Macbeth was more strongly. See, you tend to forget, people tend to forget, but if you write something, you don't forget. So keep writing while you are listening to this video. Okay? Hard, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance thus more strongly. Lady Macbeth. Out, out, damned spot. Out, I say. One, two. Why then? 'Tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Okay. Now, she is talking to the stain. She's talking to the stain. She says, out, damned spot. Cursed spot. Cursed, damned spot. She says, out, damned spot. Out, I say. Why won't you get out? I'm just trying to wash my stains away, but it is not, I cannot wash my hands clean. She's talking to herself. She's imagining the blood stain there, and she's not in her proper senses. One, two. Why then? 'Tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Now, what? Now she is imagining that she is talking to Macbeth, who was the Thane of Cawdor then. Now she's imagining, she's remembering what happened that night of the murder of King Duncan. She says, 1, 2, 1 o'clock at night. When the hour struck, the clock or the person who used to signal that this is the hour, say 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. So at 2 p.m. there will be two strokes of the bell. Down, down. Okay? 1, 2. Why then? It is time to do it. It is time to kill the person. Give me one moment. Okay, guys. Sorry, there was someone at the door. So the murder was done at night in the secrecy of cold, dark winter. So she's imagining the same thing which happened. So she's hearing the bell now, the hour bell now. Dang, dang. So she says, 1, 2. That means there were two strokes of the bell. Oh, 1, 2. Why then? It's time to do it. Time to murder King Duncan. Hell is murky. Hell is very dirty. Hell is very dangerous. Murky means dark, gloomy, sad, dangerous. Hell is murky. So she is trying to curse. Fie, my lord, fie. Calm down, my lord, calm down. Don't, don't be afraid, my lord. Why? Calm down. Why are you so afraid? She's trying to scold Macbeth because he was afraid at that time of murder. Fine, my lord, fine. A soldier, and afeard. You're a soldier. Why are you afraid? Afeard means afraid. You're a soldier and you're afraid. Why? Go and kill him. Go and kill King Duncan. That's what she is imagining. She is repeating that episode of that murder in her mind. What happened that night? So she was the one, remember, she was the one who forced King Macbeth, Thane of Court or Macbeth, to kill King Duncan. Right? A soldier, and afeard, you're a soldier. Feared, you're afraid. What need we fear? Who knows it? When none can call our power to account. We cannot fear. You should not fear. We need not fear because nobody will know what will happen, what has happened. So, whatever happens today is a secret. Nobody will know what happened, what will happen. So, why are you afraid? What need we fear? Who knows it? When none can call our power to account. If we will become king and queen, no one will be able to question our power. So, why are you afraid? Yet, who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? Now, she is thinking that. So remember, she had spent a lot of time playing and smearing that blood on the hands of the guards, right? So she's remembering that, and she's also disgusted. She's also not very comfortable with all the bloody things, right? Which she had done. So she says that King Duncan was an old man, but we did not know that he had so much blood in him. So she's feeling disgust as well as repentance. She is guilty. That's why she is talking to herself now. Do you mark that? Doctor, do you mark that? Do you listen to that? Do you listen to that? Lady Macbeth. Now, doctor says this to whom? Does she say that to Lady Macbeth? No. The doctor says it to the gentlewoman. Lady Macbeth is talking to herself, imagining that she is talking to imagining that she is talking to Macbeth and all. Right? Lady Macbeth. The Thane of Fief had a wife. And where is she now? What will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord. No more of that. You mar all with this starting. Now, she remembers the night when Macbeth had given a banquet at his castle at the celebration of becoming the king. When he became the king after King Duncan's murder, nobody knew that he had murdered King Duncan. At the same night, he also got Banquo killed. Now, Macbeth started imagining that he was seeing a ghost of Banquo in the banquet hall, in the dinner hall, right? And he started being afraid. Everyone was looking at him. Everyone was looking at him. So she tries to, at that time, she tried to calm Macbeth down. The same thing she is remembering, she is repeating the episode in her mind. She says, the Thane of Fife had a wife. The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? She's gone. Why are you afraid? What will these hands never be clean? Now she's thinking about herself. See, her state of mind is not proper. She's in a very imbalanced situation. Sometimes she imagines things. Again, she talks about the stains. What? While she's cleaning. What? This stain will never be clean or what? Again, she's imagining about the banquet party. Banquet, the dinner party. Right? No more of that, my lord. No more of that. Please be silent. Be silent. Don't talk about Banco. Banco, nobody should know. You have killed Banco. Nobody should know about it. Please be silent. You mar all with this starting. You are making everybody upset. She's saying this to. She's saying this to calm Macbeth down in her imagination. She said that in the actual dinner party, in the actual banquet party, but now she's repeating that episode in her mind. Okay? Doctor, go to. You have known what you should not. The doctor says, go to. Ciao. Go from here, go from here. Let's go. We have known, you have known what we are not supposed to know. Please move from here. Chalo, niklo. Gentlewoman, she has spoken what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known. See, everybody suspected, everybody suspected that it was Macbeth who had killed King Duncan, but nobody was sure of it. So this, what the doctor and the gentlewoman have heard just now supports the fact. So that is why the gentlewoman says she has spoken what she should not have spoken. She says, the gentlewoman says, she has spoken what she should not. I'm sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known. God knows, heaven knows what else she has seen, what else is in her mind, what else secret she has in her mind, what else is troubling her. Heaven knows, God knows. So the information that she just told about was very disturbing, scary, evil. What else? God knows what else she has on her heart right now. Macbeth, Lady Macbeth. Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh. Lady Macbeth says, Lady Macbeth is still trying to wash her hands and says that the smell of that blood she can still hear. Smell. She can still smell. All the blood, all the perfume of Arabia, the Arabian country. The Arabs are known for perfume. So she says that all the perfumes of Arabia will not be able to sweeten this little hand, sweeten the smell of that bad smell, the pungent smell of the stale smell, the rotten smell of blood from her hands. So she is imagining that. Now, has ever your imagination been so strong that you start smelling, seeing, feeling things? Maybe, maybe not. So she is imagining things. Doctor, what a sigh is there. What a sad situation. The heart is sorely charged. The heart is sorely charged. That means the heart is badly, very badly hurt. The heart is very badly burdened. Charged means burdened, loaded with guilt. The heart means whose heart? Lady Macbeth's heart is sorely charged, badly, heavily loaded with sadness, guilt, repentance. Gentlewoman, I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body. So the gentlewoman says that I would not have, the gentlewoman says, I would not have such a heart in my bosom. Bosom means chest, in my body, in my chest, for the dignity of my whole body. She says that Lady Macbeth suffers from a very sick heart. And the gentlewoman says that she means the gentlewoman herself could not bear the existence of such a heart in her own body. That means if she had such a heart, her body would not survive. For the existence, for the betterment of her body, she would never have such a burdened heart. So she is very much in empathy. She is able to very much understand the painful situation, the plight, painful situation, PLIGHT, plight of Lady Macbeth. Right? Let's go on. Let's move on. Doctor, well. Chup. Don't say. Gentlewoman, pray God it be, sir. Pray God it be, sir. Please pray to God, sir. Doctor, this disease is beyond my practice. I cannot cure this disease. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds. See, the doctor says that he has seen many sleepwalkers who have died peacefully in their beds. He has treated many sleepwalkers who had died peacefully in their beds. He had treated them. But this disease, the disease, the sickness with which Lady Macbeth was suffering, was not to be cured by him. He did not have any knowledge of the cure of such severe sleepwalking symptoms, such severe, badly hurt heart. Badly hurt heart. Hurt, hurt, Heart means heart. Doctor says, this disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep, who have died holily. Holily means peacefully in their beds. Lady Macbeth, wash your hands, put on your nightgown, look not so pale. Now she is imagining talking to Macbeth now. Now, whom she is talking to in her imagination? She is talking to Macbeth now. Lady Macbeth says, wash your hands. She instructs Macbeth to wash his hands. He had murdered King Duncan, right? She says, wash your hands, put on your nightgown, look not so pale, do not look so afraid. Pale means yellow. When you are afraid, you become yellow, you become bloodless. Right? Wash your hands, put on your nightgown, look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried, he cannot come out of grave. So she was trying to pacify, make Macbeth calm down. Banquo's buried. You don't have to worry about him anymore. Why are you so afraid? Please be calm. Please be calm. Put on your nightgown. He cannot come out of grave. Doctor says, even so, oh my God, Banquo. Even Banquo is dead. Lady Macbeth says, to bed, to bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, come, come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed. Now, this is a very important extract. She's imagining talking to Macbeth at the time of, after the murder. Right? There was a knocking at the door. Right? Macduff had come at the door, and that knocking was due to that. So she asks Macbeth to quickly go to his bed. To bed, to bed. There's a knocking at the gate. There's a knocking at the gate. Come, 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 come. Give me your hand. Come. Chalo, leke chalte hain. I'll take you to. What's done cannot be undone. Don't think about it. What's done is done. To bed, to bed, to bed. Doctor, will she go now to bed? Will she go now to bed? So she's talking about the bed. So the doctor guesses, will she go now to bed? Gentlewoman, directly, straightly, immediately she'll go to bed now. So this is a repeated process. Directly. Gentlewoman has observed this, and she can predict what's going to be next. The doctor says, foul whisperings are abroad. Now, this is a very important extract. This is a very important soliloquy, or you may say soliloquy is the dialogue spoken by one to the audience, not to the characters standing next to him. He directly speaks to the audience. Remember, Shakespeare wrote plays which were displayed on stages, right? With characters. Now, sometimes the characters used to directly talk to the audience, the spectators. So here, the doctor speaks out loudly. Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God, forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has mated, and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak. Gentlewoman says, good night, good doctor. So the doctor's words are very important. Foul whisperings. Foul means evil whisperings, evil imaginations. Evil sounds are abroad, means everywhere. Evil sounds, foul whisperings are abroad. That means there may be ghosts roaming around. See, Shakespearean plays are full of hallucination, witchcraft, ghost, spirits, etc. So you will hear of such things even from a doctor, right? Foul whisperings, evil whisperings, imaginations are everywhere. Evil hallucinations and appearances are everywhere. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Now, breed means to give birth. Unnatural deeds, evil deeds, do breed unnatural troubles. Evil deeds means deeds or actions. Evil actions result in evil troubles, evil situations. Infected minds, troubled minds, to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. Now, have you ever talked to your pillow? You might have. But these troubled minds cannot disclose their secret, cannot share their secret with anyone except their deaf pillow. Pillows can't hear you. Pillows can't hear people. So he says that the secrets are so evil, the deeds are so intense that it cannot be shared with anyone. Only deaf pillows are the ones with whom the secrets can be shared. More needs she the divine than the physician. She needs the doctor more than, sorry, she needs the divine, the help from divine, help from God, than she needs a doctor. A doctor cannot do anything. She is beyond a doctor's help. Only God can take care of her. God, forgive us all. Look after her. He prays. The doctor prays to God. Ask for forgiveness for everyone, all. Now, don't ask why. Why is he asking permission for forgiveness for everyone? He did not do any sin. So everyone means everyone, including Lady Macbeth. That's why he asks forgiveness for all. He says, God, forgive us all. Look after her. Look after Lady Macbeth. Remove from her the means of all annoyance. Remove from her mind, from her heart, the means, the cause of her trouble. Annoyance means trouble. ANNOYANCE. Annoyance means trouble. He prays to God that may God remove the reason for her troubles from her heart and still keep eyes upon her. He says, the doctor says that the deeds, the situation was so evil that even after you remove the cause of troubles from her, oh God, please remove the troubles from her and still keep a watch on her, keep your eyes on her, take care of her. So good night. My mind she has mated. She has, and I have understood her. She held my attention and made me think. My mind is mated. That means I understand her totally now. And amazed my sight. She has amazed me. She has surprised me. She has confused me. She has confused me. Who has confused you? She is Lady Macbeth. And amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak. I cannot speak this to anyone, but I understand everything what she has said. To this, the gentlewoman says, good night, good doctor. So, the reason for revision, the reason for Lady Macbeth's trouble, she was guilty. She was feeling guilty and troubled. The imaginations, she imagined herself washing her hands off the blood stains of King Duncan while she was smearing the hands and the face and the dagger of the guards. Other things, she was imagining that Macbeth was seeing the ghost of Banquo and she tried to calm him down. Other thing, she was imagining that she was asking Macbeth to go to bed. There was a knocking at the door. All these things she had imagined. So basically, she was speaking all this while while she was sleepwalking. Another thing, she said that the all the perfumes of Arabia could not sweeten the stench, the smell. Stench means bad smell. STNCH. Stench of the blood stains on her hand. She cannot sweeten it with all the perfumes of Arabia. She was speaking about this. Now, the doctor. Let's talk about the doctor. The doctor now understood that Lady Macbeth was sleepwalking, and he was able to understand that the guilt which she had in her mind, the information, the guilt of that information, and the sins she had done, Lady Macbeth had done, was troubling her. He realizes that it has no cure. He did not know any cure of such troubled minds. And at last, the doctor prays to God to help her to remove the cause of trouble from her heart, and prays to God that may God keep her, may God take care of her, may God watch her. At last, he says to the gentlewoman that he has understood the cause of trouble of Lady Macbeth, and he cannot do anything about it, and wishes her good night. So this was the explanation of the chapter Macbeth from New Gems English Reader. I hope in the beginning I was able to clarify all the characters relevant to the chapter. With that, do not forget to click like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. Have a good day. Sorry, good night. Bye bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. And if you don't remember a thing, rewind the video, see it again. Have a good night. Bye bye.